know the beef, I guess, Kendrick's been having with Drake. Um, and it's just very interesting to me how I feel about the influence music and sports have on each other, not just basketball, just sports in general. Um, but, if you listen to the lyrics, he brings up references to sports, and, Drake's done it throughout his career as well. We got my brother here from Liquorland family and Get Your Bars Up Media. BA is going to talk about who influences each other more. Is it sports? Is it music? Or is it a tie? Let's check it out.
So, great question. Great question. What influences one more, hip hop or sports? Honestly, I think that they both are synonymous. And what I mean by synonymous is they both coincide with each other. When you start talking about hip hop, you're talking about a form of art. When you talk about basketball, you're talking about another form of art. They're both two different things, but yet they do the same. They do the same thing. It sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but honestly, at the end of the day, even though they're both two different parts, two different types of entertainment or two different types of art, it's all art at the end of the day, and it's all entertainment. And what makes it super dope is that they both complement each other well. You have artists who want to be hip hop artists who want to be ballers, and they claim and they swear they love basketball and everything. They be wearing the basketball jerseys. They be using references like my guy Kendrick. He talks about Kobe a lot. R.I.P. to the great Nipsey Hussle used to talk about Kobe and LeBron a lot, etc. And then you have on the other side, you got people like LeBron James rapping Kendrick Lamar verses, swearing that he raps, going to the studio, acting like he rap. Kevin Durant acting like he rap, saying the J. Cole verses, and R.I.P. to the late great Kobe. Kobe used to recite Lil Wayne verses all the time. So I don't think one influences the other more per se, but I think they both complement each other and they're both very, very synonymous. And the thing that's super dope about them as well is each one of them has different eras of greatness. And this is what makes it even dope for both of them and makes them even more synonymous. You have your early eras, which are, you can say, your pillars or your forefathers of each entertainment piece of art. Where you have in basketball, you have your Bill Russells, your Bob Cousy's, your Wilt Chamberlain's, etc. You have all of that, the Jerry West, you have all of that, right? And then you transition through time and you have your Dr. J, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan. Keep transitioning forward. You have your Shaquille O'Neal, your Kobe Bryant, your LeBron James, etc. going forward. And if you go to the music side, you had your Eric B. Rakims, you had your Big Daddy Kane, your LL Cool J's, your KRS-Ones, you feel me? You had all of that transition. Then you had your Snoop Dogg's, your Tupac's, transition forward. Well, I can't forget B.I.G. Don't get mad because I'm saying names. I'm saying that I can't name everybody because there's so many talented gods in hip hop. But you fast forward to that. I mean, you fast forward to that. When you get past the Jay-Z, the DMXs and everything, you got your 50 Cents. Once again, you got your Eminems, and then you transition to your Lil Waynes. Now you got your Drakes, you got your Kendrick Lamars, you have your J. Cole's. It's like through time, and both aspects of art, which is basketball and synonymously hip hop. You have different eras of people who were considered great and put up to the forefront, who helped carry the culture forward and kept it hot and kept it entertaining while giving homage and paying homage to the people that came before them. So when you start talking about this particular subject, they both coincide with each other and they both equal each other out. And yeah, that's my opinion about it.
Well thought out, and I couldn't agree with them any more. I do believe it's a balance between the both. It's a lot of athletes that were failed musicians, and a lot of musicians that were failed athletes, and I think that a lot of times they want to do the other once they become successful at the other one, if that makes any sense. But in terms of different athletes, let's just look at a few. Master P played in the NBA slightly. I believe he played in the preseasons for the Rafters and for the Charlotte Hornets. We know who he is, a multi-platinum hip hop legend from New Orleans, right? And made the Tank famous, and he of course, other businesses, the entertainment business he made for himself. But he was a basketball player back in the day before he started rapping, and he got to play in the league for a little bit to fulfill some sort of a dream. But of course, it just shows the link between sports and music. Let's look at another one. Snoop Dogg hanging out with Usyk. He got on the Death Row chains, the new Death Row, and of course, I believe Snoop again hanging out with Bret Hart. Now, if you recognize, Snoop has been in the wrestling business for a while. He's been in a couple matches. I'm sure it's something he probably may have wanted to do when he was younger, but he's also getting paid to do it. But again, it just shows you how sports and music coincide with each other. You got people like J. Cole playing in the African League. It was the NBL. He tried to make it into the NBA, wasn't able to, but he got to play in the other league. And of course, we know the great career he's had in hip hop. We talk about Shaq. Shaq has also had a great career, multi-time platinum artist. I forgot this. I believe his album, the third album, came out, got re-released, I believe yesterday. But I forgot he was the first artist to have Jay-Z and Nas on the same track. I forgot about that song. It's been so long. But again, Shaq still raps to this day. He's got a love for it. And I remember him as a kid doing it. And I was still a fan of Shaq with the music, but of course, bigger fan with the basketball. And of course, we got guys like Antonio Brown, football player. He raps. Had a great NFL career. We know the incidents he's had, but he was a great player. He raps as well. So, I believe Nelly used to play baseball, if I'm not mistaken. There's a lot of artists that played. Dave East used to play against Kevin Durant and them. So they end up, of course, becoming a hip hop artist and having great things there. So just so many artists that can go either way. Oh, Cameron and Mace, forgot about them. So any other ones you could think of, definitely put in the comment section. NFL, NBA, MLB. I know there's a lot of them, but they definitely coincide with each other, especially if you're you love both. One, you're probably better at one than the other sometimes. Sometimes you're good at both and you still have to choose. It's just the timing issue, or you still might have more finances on one side than the other. But either way, I think that the Kendrick Lamar beef with Drake, he goes in there talking about sweet chin music and talks about Kobe and all that stuff. Drake has always talked about Chef Curry with the pot, all that stuff, they coincide with each other. LeBron rapped before too, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, shout out to them. Music is definitely not just hip hop. There's artists that sing. I remember Wayman Tisdale, rest in peace. He played like a whole bunch of different instruments and was had albums out. I believe he was close to a Grammy if he didn't win one back in the day. Played for the Phoenix Suns. We could look him up. But yes, a lot of artists that do both, artists and sports and athletes. So let us know what you think in the comment section about it. If you got any more athletes, artists that you could think of, definitely let me know. We're going to move forward here.